Hello! Welcome to the Raw Review with me, All Things Wrestling, Ellie, and Wrestling Network. How are you two doing today?
Hello, how are doing good today?
Good, Wrestling Network?
Not too bad, mate. Not too bad, mate. I suffered through Raw, so not good. I was good before Raw, but now I'm not too bad. How are you?
I'm not bad at all. The first segment, the men's Survivor Series team are in the ring. Adam Pearce is there talking about somebody should become the new #1 contender to the the WWE Championship. All men think they deserve a shot, and then Braun Strowman grabs Adam Pearce and headbutts him because he didn't want Braun to be it. I mean, why did Braun headbutt him?
No
I don't
idea
know.
whatsoever. You got twatted though. Adam Pearce went down like a sack of shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did indeed. Overall, the opening promo was alright.
Yeah.
Yeah, it kind of set a precedent for the night though. This was not the last time we would see Adam Pearce, even though he got headbutted.
Yeah. We then go to the New Day talking to Hurt Business and then agree to a tag team match for the championships, which the New Day then retained by double count out. Which then
Yay.
restarted and the New Day won.
Yay.
It was not good. The match was alright, but the whole thing just kind of dragged on and on. Everything kind of feels like filler.
Yeah, there's no reason to have them at first win by count out, and then have another match, because it's just, yeah, I think it would have been better if they didn't have that count out and just made it just one entire match, rather than
kind of
having to
strange,
redo the entire match.
Yeah, I can agree with you. The match was kind of strange. For me, it's like, how many times do we need to see this match with the same finish of the New Day winning before it gets stale? It's every week.
Yeah.
It was last week, now it's this week. The thing that did confuse me about this match is it seemed like the New Day was sort of working heel while the Hurt Business were working face, especially towards the end, because it took MVP basically begging the New Day to not like, oh, you don't want to be those champions, you don't want this to end on a count out, do you? It felt backwards to me, but I don't know. It was a good match regardless. Both matches,
Yeah.
the initial and then when it became a no DQ, decent matches.
Yeah,
I thought-
alright
I thought-
matches. But then we got to Adam Pearce getting constantly for like a good 15 minutes, constantly in between stuff, getting interrupted by people wanting a world championship opportunity. First he
Yeah.
said Braun would be fired if he got a choice, and he escorted him from the building. We're going to have... And then it eventually ended up to having 3 matches, and then the winners of those matches will go on for a triple threat next week to crown the #1 contender. It just... Why was it going on for like 15 minutes of him constantly getting interrupted?
I don't
They're
know.
using him too much. They're using Adam Pearce too much. Remember that weird period of time where the Authority just wouldn't get off your screen? They were in everything. It's going to become like that with Adam Pearce if they keep using him like this.
I agree. Just constantly using him.
I definitely did not just drop my phone. Okay. I'm back.
Oh. Make sure it's not broke.
Speaking of qualifying
Yeah,
matches,
that's good.
Matt Riddle faced Sheamus in what felt like 45 minutes. Generally, this match went on for a very, very, very long time.
It
Yeah.
did, but that's not to say it was a bad match.
Yeah, it was a fairly good match, just... It ended with a roll-up.
Yeah,
I think
that was
most of
another
these
precedent.
matches did actually end up with like a
The New Day
roll or
ended with a
some
count-out
stupid
before they did a
finish.
decisive win, but none of the other matches ended without a screwy finish tonight.
Exactly.
Yeah, I hate to skip ahead, but we never had a clean finish in a single match tonight. The main event was the closest thing to a clean finish, and that was screwy.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
The-
just to kind of do any good endings really for these
Definitely
matches.
not. But the match was good. Matt Riddle qualified. we'll be seeing him next week against 2 other people for the number 1 contendership spot. You'll learn out who won the other 2 matches later. Then we had Firefly Funhouse, but for some reason there was a frog, and then they killed the frog.
Friendship Frog is dead.
He was 40 years old, apparently. The frogs even lived to 40 years old?
I actually really like this segment there for some reason. It's just like, I actually enjoy most of these Firefly Funhouse
It was alright. It was quite funny, especially when Frog died.
It's my kind of comedy where I just say rest in peace, like, you know, whatever. That's my kind of comedy.
Yeah, it was entertaining enough.
You can call me stupid for that, but I actually like this. So I'd give it probably like an 8 or 10. I just called it
strange. It's strange. I am once again wondering what Bray Wyatt takes to come up with this stuff. Friendship Frog, the 40-year-old frog, gets bashed in the skull with a hammer over disco rave lights while everybody's laughing in the background. I don't know, man. How do you come up with that stuff and be normal? You can't.
I know.
I think the reason why it's good is because it's not normal.
I suppose so. In a landscape, especially during Raw, where everything just seems like it's going through the motions, at least Firefly Funhouse stands out, for good or for bad. You cannot dispute that it stands out.
Yeah.
Then we move on to Asuka and Lana for the Women's Championship. And for some reason we had to have Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler on commentary. They cost the match, leading to a tag team match of Asuka and Lana versus Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax. And Lana and Asuka won by roll-up. It was bad.
Yeah, it was.
It was awful. Again, they made Asuka look like a total putz in this. She was running away from Nia Jax. Like, they booked her scared of Nia Jax. Again, I don't understand that. Asuka's, throughout her entire career, has supposed to have been this fearless, I don't give a fuck character who's going to step in the face of anybody. And she was running away from Nia Jax tonight. I don't understand that. Bad match overall.
And Lana didn't go through a table.
In Lana. Yeah, exactly. That's the only way I would be invested in Lana. But I'm never going to be invested in Lana.
The streak is over.
It doesn't matter.
Are we seriously trying to make Lana a credible challenger for something? Is this what we're trying to do here?
For what, though? Because 1 minute she's going after Asuka, and then Nia Jax in the tag belts. What is Lana doing?
I don't even know.
Are we burying her? Are we making her the next fucking Charlotte? What are we doing with Lana?
No idea.
I have literally no idea. Then Matt Riddle starts talking to MVP about pizza-flavoured yogurt and all this random shit. He generally sounded like he was high as fuck. I know that's normally his style, but this just basically made him look like he'd smoked 3 pounds of fucking weed.
He probably had, to be honest.
Yeah, the promo made literally no fucking sense.
I didn't even try and understand this promo, honestly.
Yeah,
Just didn't even try.
I have a question for you both. What do you think sounds worse? Pizza-flavoured yogurt or yogurt-flavoured pizza?
Yogurt-flavoured pizza.
Yeah.
Because pizza-flavoured yogurt is what? Tomato and cheese. It could kind of be a nice combination because it works in most things, whereas yogurt-flavoured something wouldn't be working for pizza.
Yeah.
Then again, what flavour of yogurt is it on the pizza?
No one would be good.
Spider forever.
True. Spider flavour. Have you ever eaten a spider?
No.
Might be good, might be bad.
They are just exoskeletons and they're all just bones, so... It's literally very little meat on a spider.
Doesn't sound very nice, does it?
No.
I mean, why
They don't even have guts, they literally have... They crunch, they don't squish, they actually don't have bone, they don't have guts.
Right.
Anyway, let's talk
sounds
about
crazy.
wrestling instead of spider anatomy. Then we had Bobby Lashley versus Keith Lee. And then Keith Lee won by disqualification. Why would MVP attack Lee if he wanted Bobby Lashley to succeed?
I don't know.
doesn't make
That's
sense.
the first thing I brought up. Yeah, that's the first thing I brought up tonight. Why would MVP attack Keith Lee, giving Keith Lee the victory, and then they didn't even acknowledge it? Bobby Lashley was just like, whatever. Didn't really want the match anyway. What was the point in this? Just seems, again, they don't realize what they're doing until they've done it. I can imagine Vince sitting backstage like, oh, oops. It's so dumb. And they do this all the time with this nonsensical, lackadaisical, haphazard booking that makes zero sense whatsoever. Again with this match.
Why did Keith Lee win with disqualification? It didn't help anybody in this match. Are they setting for a big feud down the road? Because, hey, a series of matches between these two would be good. Because this match was actually quite good for the most part.
Yeah, it was decent until the ending. They could have booked it a bit better. Maybe the referee takes a bump and then MVP attacks Keith Lee then. And then it looks like, oh, the referee did actually see it. And they give Keith Lee the disqualification victory. And Bobby Lashley is pissed off at MVP. Do something with it other than just having MVP blatantly cost his teammate the match and then just brushing it to the side like it never happened.
Exactly. Then we go to a Nikki Cross promo that made no sense. She talks about Alexa and being friendship, and then she's like, I don't care. I don't want to help Alexa. I don't care about our friendship anymore. I just want to beat the Fiend out of Alexa. Why? Why are you trying to beat the Fiend out of Alexa? Why is any of this your business anymore? You've not given us a reason why Nikki actually is involved in this anymore. You just said you don't care about your friendship, so why are you bothering?
Yeah, I don't really know, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess they're playing like, oh, Nikki Cross is the ex-best friend, and she's trying to make her friend who has turned to the dark side see the light in the classic cliche story, blah, blah, blah. The thing that this promo implied the most to me is the Fiend inside of Alexa?
I don't know.
Yeah, it sounded a bit wrong to me. I'm going to beat the Fiend out of you.
Jesus Christ, that's the weirdest threesome I've ever fucking heard of.
Jesus Christ.
The match was...
Not your average Brazzers video.
Definitely not.
Oh, God.
The match was meh. Alexa did a fake crying thing and then got a Alexa Abigail, whatever the fuck she calls her version of Sister Abigail, for the 3 count.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it was just filler. Like you said, everything felt like filler tonight.
Yeah. Then we got a re-watch of the Taker video from Survivor Series, which was nice.
I mean, all it was just a video, 5-minute video package, and then just piped in "Thank you, Taker" chant. So,
yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't much of a farewell. It was just more of a video package than anything.
Yeah, it felt like a catfish, to be honest, because they made... The segment was really, really flat last night, but with the music and the added in Taker highlights that they added to the segment last night, it felt bigger than it was, to be honest. I enjoyed it watching it back tonight with the highlights more than I did watching it live.
Definitely. Then we got the final match, Randy Orton versus AJ Styles. The Fiend distracted Randy Orton to then to cause the win for AJ Styles. So AJ is going to be facing Keith Lee and Matt Riddle next week to determine the #1 contender for WWE Championship. Match was alright. Actually, it was pretty good until the Fiend showed up. Just kind of... It made sense. The Fiend made sense because they're clearly going to have Orton versus the Fiend. So it made sense.
I really liked when the Fiend actually showed up. Pretty good in my opinion.
Yeah, he showed up twice though, which is what kind of bothered me. If you're going to have him show up, it needs to be one surprise and that costs him the match. Why would he show up twice? Why wouldn't he just attack him the first time he showed up? Because he went away for 30 seconds and came back anyway.
Yeah.
I still liked it anyway.
It was definitely good. I mean, a Randy Orton and AJ Styles match is never going to be bad, to be honest.
Yeah.
I don't know, though. Is it just me that kind of feels like anytime AJ Styles is out, that Jordan kind of takes away from Styles? Because you're paying attention to him more, because he's a big fuck-off bastard.
Yeah. All your attention's drawn to looking at what Jordan's doing.
Yeah. I'm intrigued with him. Do you think he'll ever wrestle?
Definitely. He'll turn on
Yeah.
AJ. That's the story they're going to do. Is he's going to turn on AJ one day.
Yeah, because we don't know much about him. I'd like to learn more about him because he is very, very tall.
Yeah, he doesn't really
Yes.
have.
We
he's
like
not-
tall
he doesn't-
people.
He doesn't have much of a character apart from being tall and being AJ's bodyguard. So I kind of want it to see him wrestle if he can. Can he wrestle, Submit?
He is a trained wrestler. Well, he is training to be a wrestler, so
Yeah, I think it'd be interesting to see him actually wrestle. Maybe WWE can do something with him, but like what WWE does with everyone is going to ruin him probably. Sadly.
Yeah, most
Probably.
likely.
So yeah, what did
Most
everyone
likely.
think of Raw this week? I thought it was better than last week's. It was a step up from the last 3
Yeah.
weeks that we've watched.
I mean, it was 100% better than.
But
Survivor Series,
that's
in
not
my opinion.
saying much by saying it's a step up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so easier to watch.
I would give the show a below average rating of 4 out of 10. It was watchable. I enjoyed what I watched, but I'm not really going to be rushed to watch it again.
I'd give it maybe a 4.8 out of 10.
Damn, nearly average.
It's not bad. Yeah, around about average for you. Nah, I'm not going to give it a 5 or a 4. I'll give it a 3.5, and that's because they did, I guess, sort of build into next week, and that's rare for WWE now. They don't ever give you a reason to tune in next week nowadays. But I am intrigued with Orton versus The Fiend, as I'm sure everybody is.
Yeah.
And hopefully, with a little bit of luck, touch wood, AJ Styles will face Drew McIntyre after he wins that triple threat next week.
Yeah, that should be good. It's and a TLC match most likely as well.
Oh yeah, it will be.
Hopefully not, because neither one of those men's styles are that much around weapons.
When's the next pay-per-view, actually?
December 20. I think it's 20th of
22nd,
December.
Right? So the 20th or the 22nd.
TLC, right?
Yeah. Well, the next
Yeah.
well, we got War Games on Sunday, and then there'll be there'll be a TNA pay-per-view some point this week. There's a big AEW event on the 2nd. It's got loads of good wrestling stuff going on in December.
Right,
Yeah.
Tom, I am going to call you out in saying I do think AJ Styles can have a good TLC match. Because look at the one he had with Ambrose. That was fantastic.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. They could have a good TLC match. It's just Styles isn't known for weapons matches.
Oh yeah, but they definitely can
Oh, they
work
can have a good
around that.
match. Both guys
Yeah.
are great workers. Just you don't think hardcore when you think of AJ or McIntyre.
Yeah, I think it will add to it though. Because
Definitely.
they do have the elements of being able to use the ladder, and of course they have to climb it to get the belt. So they can have a good match around that.
I think so. But there you go. We'll be live tomorrow for chill stream then.
Impact.
Impact, yes, where wrestlers caught with Johnny Bravo, who potentially has a weapon that shot Johnny Swinger, who shot Johnny Bravo potentially. That's what I meant.
Yeah.
So yeah, Impact Wrestling should be very interesting tomorrow, and then obviously
Should be.
AEW's got more building up to their big event next week, the week after. So we should be interesting to see what they do. Got a hybrid TH2 versus Top Flight. So should be interesting. Yes, thank you both for joining me for the review, and we shall be back tomorrow evening. Me and Ellie will be doing Impact Wrestling.
Yes, we will.
Wrestling Network will
Because
be
Impact
returning.
is a great wrestling.
Yeah, should be good. And then, Wrestling Network will return Wednesday.
Indeed.
Thank you all, and we shall catch you later. Bye.